Well, good morning, Literati. Welcome to day 3 of the 2025 Neustadt Lit Fest as the excitement just continues to build here at the University of Oklahoma. My name is Daniel Simon, and I have the privilege of serving as the editor-in-chief of World Literature Today, which is the magazine that we publish here at OU as we wrap up our 99th year of continuous publication, which is one of the rarest of feats in the literary world. A special welcome to all OU students and to the students, teachers, and librarians from Norman Public Schools and Colorado Academy and other schools. On behalf of our executive director, Dr. R.C. Davis-Undiano, and the entire WLT staff, we are thrilled to present to you the world premiere of the OU School of Dance adaptation of the Marrow Thieves, choreographed by Alma Borges and based on the novel by this year's NSK Prize laureate, Cherie Dimaline. This project was made possible in part by a grant from the Norman Arts Council Hotel Tax Grant Program. We're truly grateful for their generosity in fostering the arts and humanities in the community of Norman. The dance will begin in just a few moments, and afterward there will be a talkback with Alma, the dancers, and Ioannis Andriotis, who composed original music for the performance. Then at the top of the hour, we'll hear from Cherie Dimaline herself, when she will deliver the NSK Prize keynote talk, From Folklore to Dystopia, We're Always Writing the Future. Again, welcome, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Most of the rivers cut into pieces and lakes left as gray sludge puckers in the landscape. My own history seemed like a myth along the lines of dragons. throat like a stone, a prayer I couldn't add breath to, a world I wasn't willing to release. It made my lungs feel heavy, my heart grow light, until the juxtaposition of the two fades to sleep. Hi-ya. Run!
Does anyone else Still waiting to exhale. As we catch our breath, or let the dancers catch their breath and wait for Alma to come up and talk a little bit about her vision for this performance. Please join me again in thanking our incredible performers and Alma and Ioannis for their work this morning. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm very nervous of talking. I just want to say this first. Please come. So first of all, I just want to thank Daniel and World Literature Today and the School of Dance for supporting me, for believing in me, and for giving me the opportunity of making this choreography. Of course, thank you so much, Cherie, for bringing me all of this inspiration and for being in my heart and in my mind for so many months so that this can come to life. It's been an honor to work with your words and try to just make them alive. And I hope I accomplish the mission. So Daniel asked me to tell you a little bit about my process. And before I do that, thank you so much. Because without you, any of this could happen. So please. They've been working very hard, let me tell you, very, very hard. Daniel asked me to talk a little bit about my creative process, and it was kind of hard because through dance, I feel it's very challenging to tell a story just with your body, right? To create all of these gestures that would really transmit what you want to say, so that the signifier of the symbols or the gestures you are creating actually are being interpreted the way you want it to. So it was very hard for me to think about making a literal narrative of the novel, and also just 10 minutes when we have this whole book, right? So that was that's just not gonna happen. However, I did wanted to represent an abstraction of it, kind of what it made me feel, and with what I could relate from my own culture. I am from Mexico, from whoever doesn't, I guess nobody knows this, but I am from Mexico. And so in the past, last centuries, a lot of centuries ago, as we know, the Spanish conquered the indigenous tribes of Mexico, right? So I could relate to that. I could relate to another nation coming to your own nation and trying to rip away your identity and your values and putting on top of them their own values and beliefs. And so even though we're not talking about the same religions or the same values, etc., we're still talking about a native community that their land is being taken away, right? And of people from that land that have to run away from their own homes. And I could also relate from the fact that my whole family is in Mexico or Spain. So here, I'm not running away, but my family and my closest friends aren't here. So I can also relate to that part of the book of okay, what it is to be alone and having to literally survive. Of course, in very different conditions, right? But I try to connect in different ways in my creative process so that these emotions that we could all relate as humans could be transmitted to you all. And I also try to use this historic relations as well to make these different connections. With the movement, I really tried to investigate a little bit about the traditional dances of the Metis community, and I might be wrong, so Cherie might correct me on this, but I found that the jig is one of the traditional dances, and so I tried to even though I'm not a jig dancer, of course, I tried to analyze a little bit of the movement and being very careful of not appropriating that movement. But to represent it and to have a little bit of the essence of what that dance makes me feel and what that dance represents. And I combine that with my own training. I am a contemporary dancer. I do a lot of floor work. That's what I've been doing for a very long time. And my dancers are modern dancers. So it was also like a combination of like, okay, I want to like take their modern abilities and combine them with my contemporary work, plus what we want to represent. So it was kind of like interesting to figure out what movement to create with all of that. Yeah, and so that's kind of how this was created. And yeah, I also want to like open up the floor for whoever has like questions. Also for the dancers, if you have questions for the dancers, or if any of you want to like say anything. I don't know. I always feel it's very enriching to hear someone else's mind, and we all, I don't know, can share ideas. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Alma. Please raise your hand. I'll bring the mic to you if you have a question. I know many of the students have read the Marrow Thieves and perhaps have a question about the interpretation. And I'm walking this way towards Norman High. Dimensions, Norman North. Anyone? Anyone? Yes.
I was just wondering if you had tried to like assign each dancer a different character in the book, and if so, if you could like point us to who is who.
Okay, yeah. So, with the costumes, I did thought about some of the characters of the book. However, on the choreography, even though they had like a specific costume, I wanted them not to just be that character, if that makes sense. So they could be, for whoever has like read the book, they could be like, at some moments the recruiters, at some moments they could be like the character itself. So they are like playing into like those, from like those two faces? Is that a way? I don't know if that's correct in English, but kind of like changing and jumping into like different characters. Yeah, so if you want to say like your names of the book, and like your name and then who you represent, and yeah.
You say it for me, I don't know how to pronounce it. And I, again, will probably have to be corrected on this, but Zoe was playing Chi Boy, is that the correct? Okay, and then my character was Wab.
My name is Morgan, and I was playing Mig.
I'm Livia, and I was playing Minerva.
Oh, my name is Trisha, and I was playing Frenchie. I'm Vivian, and I was playing Rose.
I'm Maddie, and I was playing Tree.
Yeah, so again, it's not like they were like during the choreography, like the character itself, but I did wanted to acknowledge these characters with their costume. So this family or this community that's like doing the dance could be represented in different ways. So, yeah.
Great question. More questions? I'm walking this way. Please raise your hand. It's kind of hard to see in the spotlight, but anyone? Question? Johannes, did you want to say anything about the music? Okay, we have the composer here if you have questions about the music. We have a couple more minutes, maybe time for one or two more questions. Kathy.
An amazing performance, so thank you all very, very much. Incredibly meaningful. It looked like the recruiters, we also could see the recruiters in there as well. My question is, you're all women. There's male characters. I'm just curious if that was on purpose or they just didn't try out.
Well, actually, when I thought about the cast, I did thought about like having both genders, like male and, yeah, like also have male characters. But honest answer, on the audition, I only got women, so I was like, let's just make it work, and it really doesn't matter if like they were in like that gender. I feel like they can still portray the traits of that specific character, and I think they did it marvelous. So, yeah.
Perhaps one final question?
I think there's one over there.
Okay. Coming your way.
Hi, I really liked the incorporation of heavy breathing into the piece that coagulated with the music, and I just wanted to ask why you chose to go that route with the heavy breathing.
I love this question, actually. I really love, for whoever knows this, I really love Pina Bausch, and I really love physical theater and how physical theater can be incorporated into dance. I believe that whenever you are able of making that combination, you can really transform the environment and like the atmosphere. So something that, for example, I told Zoe with her solo a lot is you don't want to pretend, right? You don't want to I don't want to pretend I'm like asphyxiating, for example. I don't want to pretend, because if I pretend, then the public is not going to believe me, right? So how can we, through our movement, make ourselves feel whatever we are going to interpret or to like act, right? So through the movement that I choreographed on her, I was like, make yourself feel that, because then you don't have to act. You are naturally feeling that, right? So I guess that's one of the reasons why I like incorporated the sounds. I also believe that, I mean, as humans, we all the time are making sounds. It's just like a natural thing we all have, right? And that just makes it more alive. And yeah, just like embody your humanity, I guess, as artists. Yeah, I don't know if you want to say something, Zoe, because I with her, it's the one that I like work the most with, like the sounds. So I don't know if you want to say something about that process.
Sure. Hi, I'm Zoe. I had to really dig deep into myself and kind of take my mind somewhere else. I wasn't Zoe, I was a performer, but I was a performer channeling like things that I have personally been through and struggles that were hard for me. So we talked about yesterday bringing into the feeling of fainting or the feeling of having a panic attack, which are things that I have lived through. So I kind of took that thought into my mind and went to that place and let it all out. That was my process.
Thank you. I hope that answered the birthing.
Brilliant question. Yeah, an incredible solo. That was heartbreaking, heart-stopping, really. I think we'll probably take a pause there and switch over to our keynote talk. I should note that this production is going on the road, so this is the premiere, but it's going to Mexico in December for the Pigmentos Festival, and so the dancers will have an opportunity to keep refining their work and take Alma's vision to another country, so throughout the Americas, hopefully to Canada someday. Thank you all for coming, and we'll start in just a couple minutes with Cherie Dimaline's keynote talk.